Dr. Sheetal Patil, BD Patil, sir, and Keynote speaker. She'll be chairing one session on education.
A very good morning to everybody. Good morning. Before we start the event, I request everybody to kindly put their mobiles on silent mode. Thank you. A very good morning to honorable dignitaries, respected teachers, participants, and dear students. Myself, Assistant Professor Shubhasha, the convener of today's international conference titled India as a Global Rising Power, welcomes you all on behalf of our esteemed college, Dnyan Ganga Education Trust Degree College of Arts, Commerce and Science. Special thanks to you all for gracing the event with your esteemed presence. I believe you all are doing great and looking forward to today's inauguration of the conference. On this positive note, I seek your permission to start today's event. We have our customary lamp lighting ceremony for seeking the choicest blessings of God to make this program a grand success. I request all the dignitaries to kindly come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony. Ya kundendu tusharhara dhavana ya shubhra vastra vruta ya veena varaganda mandita kara ya shvetapa vasana या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वंदिता कामान् पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेष जाट्यापा निशेष जाट्या पहा निशेष जाट्या पहा I request all the dignitaries to kindly come on the dais and take your seats. I request our dynamic founder and chairman, Professor B.D. Patil sir, to kindly felicitate the keynote speaker for today's international conference, Mr. Srinivasan Parthasarathy, sir. Sir is an MBA and has retired from the commercial wing of the US consulate. He is also a share market expert. Sir, we are pleased to have you with us today and get enlightened on your perspective about it. I request Professor B.D. Patil, sir, to felicitate our International Conference Advisory Committee member and Chief Operating Officer of Dnyan Ganga Degree and Junior College, Dr. Vandana Sharma, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. I now request our respected degree and junior college principal, Dr. Bhavika Karkira, ma'am, to kindly felicitate our honorable chairman and founder, Professor B.D. Patil, sir, who converted his dream into reality in the form of our DGET educational campus with his grit and determination. Welcome, Patil, sir. I would kindly request Dr. Sheetal Patil, ma'am, to kindly come on the dais, please. I request our principal, Dr. Bhavika Karkera, madam, to kindly felicitate our chairperson of technical sessions for education track, Dr. Sheetal Patil, ma'am. Sheetal ma'am is working as a management faculty at St. Francis Institute of Management Studies and Research, currently there. Madam has published 15 research papers till date. Welcome, Dr. Sheetal Patil, ma'am. Thank you, Sheetal ma'am. Thank you so much. Dr. Bhavika Karkera, madam, principal of degree and junior college of our college. Bhavika ma'am's strong leadership and inspiration is the very foundation of our college success. She inspires and motivates us to give our best every single day. This conference would definitely not be possible without your support and guidance, madam. Welcome, ma'am. As a convener of today's international conference, I take the honor and privilege to felicitate our honorable principal, Dr. Bhavika Karkera, ma'am. This international conference held today is showing India as a global rising power. It is organized with the intent of active and interactive learning and exchange of ideas. The conference gives us an excellent opportunity to meet people from different walks of life and gain knowledge. Our main theme aims to throw light on the role of India in changing the world economy for better. This conference aims to discuss on emerging trends and growth of various sectors in India and their role in globalization. Our main goal of organizing this conference is to provide an interactive platform to academicians, researchers, experts from industry, India and abroad, for constructive exchange of views, ideas, and discussion. I feel very happy to share with you all that we have received 33 papers today, out of which 3 research. Before we move forward, I request our founder and chairman, Professor P.D. Patil sir, to kindly share a few words on today's conference.
Good morning to everyone. Professor of Geography, India as a rising power, global power. It is mainly because of geopolitical location of our country. If you take world map, potential location for development and West, and India is struggling for many hurdles. First 2, 3, 5-year plans. First 5-year plan was success, but second and third 5-year plan was little hurdles because of Indo-Pak, Indo-China wars. But thereafter, we are galloping. India is galloping as a growing in the world. And during last 2 decades, after opening the free economy, and India is shining like anything in the world. And as a matter of fact, India shines as because of human resource. Many people say India is a highly populated country. But according to me, I'm taking this as a positive way to look towards the population growth. And because of high integrity and hard work, honesty, Indian workforce is world famous. And therefore, there's a huge demand for Indians all over the world market. Whether it is east or west, India has already captured many countries in the west. Countries, US East, Australia, New Zealand, and Southeast nations. And according to me, since because of hard work of our scientists, economists, and commerce people and researchers, definitely will lead to the rising India as a global power. Definitely years to come, definitely India will be a most strong power in the world. So I wish you best luck for our conference, and I will stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now request our respected principal, share her views about the conference and also college.
Good morning to all the dignitaries, founder and chairman, Professor Sir, keynote speaker, Shri Nivasan Sir, DGET Madam, conference convener, Professor Dr. Sheetal Patel Madam, all the participants, those who have come here and many have joined online from India and abroad, my teaching, non-teaching staff. Today, here I would like to orient you all about our DGET campus, especially the guest members, those who are not aware of the DGET journey. Is it easy to believe that one thing the foundation of education institution is inspiring? What was planted as in the CAB visionary founder and chairman, Professor B.D. Patel, sir. It started with the junior college section recognized by the state board and followed by degree college in the academic year 2007 and 8, affiliated to University of Mumbai. As the year passed, we have accomplished introducing DG Internationals of Education, affiliated to University of Mumbai. Our college offers various undergraduate courses, traditional courses like BA, BCom, professional courses like BCom Accountancy and Finance, BCom Banking Insurance, BMS, BSc IT, BMFC, and PG courses affiliated to Yashwantrao Chavan University. Today, one of the leading educational campus in the vicinity and offering opportunity to learn right from KG to PG in our. This is only possible planning and goals to achieve. Definitely a blend of, today we have more than 4,000 students in campus, wonderful infrastructure, various statutory and non-statutory committees, with which we always try to innovate and think out of the box. Still, there are many more milestones to achieve in the near future. We have always planned and executed successfully many workshops, seminars, and for our students, and organizing today's conference is to gather all academicians and the ideas of our own fast-growing country, India, as through this ideas and publish their research paper. A particular emphasis is placed on India as a superpower. We all know that because of its demographic trends, its diversity, significant GDP growth rates, India is one of the fastest growing economy in the world today. We all know that self-strength is the key of our success, right? And as an Indian, we have already proved it during pandemic period. Today, we are leading in all sectors. We are excelling in developing infrastructures. Our startups are becoming popular around the globe. Our green business, organic farming, organizing G10, G20, are game-changing reforms done by the government. The desire of every Indian is to be none. Students, research scholars come together and share their ideas and views behind organizing and selecting this topic. With this, I conclude and thank all who are present here for making this conference successful. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Jai Hind.
I would request all the dignitaries to kindly take their seats. Yeah, we'll have an online session now.
Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, you are audible, ma'am.
Great. Thank you so much. And it's been a privilege to be invited to speak for the conference. And the beautiful part about the event today is the multi-dimensions what you all have covered in the conference related to business, education, and service sector. When I was invited to speak for today's event, the best thing which highlighted to me to address today was sustainable development. And yes, sustainable development, when it struck to me, the thing which I thought of emphasizing today was okay.
2 minutes.
I'm sorry. I assume that the introduction is already done.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
2 minutes.
You want me to introduce myself?
No. Just wait. We are
You will
introducing.
read it. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I'll wait. Yeah.
The pandemic has accelerated the technological advancements, due to which we are lucky to sit here and update ourselves. It's a privilege for me to introduce Dr. Susan D'Souza ma'am as the keynote speaker of today's conference. Dr. Susan ma'am is an assistant professor of accounting at the American University, Kuwait. She is a PhD and also certified CMA from Australia. She has authored 25 research papers and 2 books. She has served as a research advisor with the Institute of Management Accountants, USA. One of her recent studies related to the impact of COVID-19 was selected by World Health Organization to be a part of their database. She has been honored with Hind Ratan Award 2021 by NRI Welfare Society of India. We heartily welcome Dr. Susan D'Souza ma'am, and we are very eager to hear you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me today. And it's really an honor and privilege to be a part of the event. And yes, when I see the theme of the event and the moment I was invited to speak, the best thing which struck to me to speak today was about sustainability development. I hope that, of course, it's a hype all about the globe, and we all are aware about the SDG goals the 17 SDG goals which UN has come out with in 2015. And am I audible to everybody? Because there is a kind of echo which is happening here. Yes, am I audible? Great, thank you so much. Thank you. Something what struck to me to be a part of the theme was sustainability development. We all are aware about the 17 SDG goals. And yes, UN has given us a target of 2030, that by 2030, these goals are to be achieved globally. But yes, when we saw the recent statistics, what the government of India has published, where the SDG scores are concerned, it's 66 of 100. So yes, I mean 7 more years to go and achieve all the SDG goals and fulfilling the sustainability development together is of course a challenge. But when I think about the country as a nation together and a power together, it is not unachievable at all. And we are 7 years is not a less time, I can say, to achieve the goals. But the key areas over here, there, of course, as mentioned by the dignitaries today, it was really nice to hear that as India is a wonderful resource where human resource is concerned, where making, the best intelligence, it's famous for intelligence, it's famous for education all over the globe. And of course, being an Indian, I feel proud to be a part of my country. And yes, but when we measure sustainability development and SDG goals and where our country is concerned, there are some issues to be, I will not call them as issues, but certain areas where improvement is needed. I will not say improvement also, but we need to work. And yes, Indians are definitely solution makers, right? So it's famous all over the globe that we are solution makers, and we are famous to find out a way out for all the problems, whatever the country faces. So one of the key areas, one of the SDG goals, what I will like to highlight is SDG 4 related to quality of education. Now, the statistics says where 2022 reports are concerned, there is a kind of downfall which has happened with SDG 4 where quality of education is concerned with per se to our country. But yes, these are just to highlight the concerns for us to be improve ourselves. Government has come up with multiple policies. Some of the policies are related to female child education. Some other policies are related to national education. And when we seek India as a whole country, of course there is a lot of rural part, there is a lot of urban part over there. But how to implement a holistic approach for the whole nation, and how to implement a global citizenship kind of approach, which is one of the key requirement which is mentioned by UN, how to implement that has always been I will not say a gray area, but an area where we need to where the country has to work on. And I will not keep it completely on the government. It's we as individuals need to take a step, we as educators need to take a step forward. One of the key area which we are doing research on these topics here, and where quality of education is concerned is always been something which is a continuous improvement process expected. So one of the key areas what I will like to highlight here is digital literacy. Now, yes, digital literacy, COVID was one of, I can say, an eye-opener for all of us, where online education, now today I'm able to address you also is something because of digital technology. And education was a different era at that moment. But it's not just awareness and it's not just implementation. What lacks in the system is to move ahead with the upgradation which is happening on the global level. Now, the best example what I would like to highlight is about the artificial intelligence. Everybody must be, hearing what is happening in the news at the moment about ChatGPT, and a lot of artificial intelligence robots will take over our jobs. And there will be unemployment. A lot of threats are happening all over the globe. But how can education system help to bridge this gap? is something which is emphasized by UN through their SDG goals. People have to be upgraded. People have to be they have to be upgraded with the technology which is happening, and they need to be employable in future. So definitely there will be a robot sitting next to me and doing the same job what I'm doing. So it is not a threat to me, but in fact my awareness and my knowledge as a student as well as an educator, that how am I going to bridge this gap and how exactly the education system is going to implement these pointers so that there is not only awareness, but the students are able to accept the fact of artificial intelligence into the system and implementing in a proper way. So SGD4 not only emphasizes on the rural part of the India, but also on the urban part of the India. So students should, I will not only ask the students, but of course, the system has to be in such a fashion where the traditional ways are to be converted to something which is, more towards employability and more towards skill development. So, of course, when we open up artificial intelligence and quality of education, there is a lot more to say, but I will definitely have to respect the schedule of the conference, and I'm really grateful and thankful to have this opportunity today to be a part of this forum. And I wish luck to all the participants who are going to present their work today. I hope they have wonderful takeaways from the ceremony, as well as from the presentations, and a lot of knowledge sharing, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of learning by the end of the day. Thank you and all the best, and have a lovely day. Thank you so much.
availability by Salman Khan, who is not obviously an Indian at this point, but he's a Bangladeshi. And his vision of teaching people free on any topic, he including has things on economics, surprising for a techie guy to do that. Very interesting. So Khan Academy, how they gave it free, the same thing. So a lot of you with the ability to connect with the world, able to. Because right now my son is doing something on quadratic equation. So studying, he goes to Khan Academy and gets a teacher there. So just for your info sake, the lady spoke very well on the education aspect, how we are changing. And looking at the young people around me, I feel you people have a better opportunity than what we all had. Here I would like to acknowledge the vision of Professor Patil, B.D. Patil, Chairman of DGET, in starting this institution and cultivating, like a farmer who cultivates, he said, cultivate young minds. Try to think differently. You're anyway going to write your exam, whether you like it or not. You will get a degree, whether you like it or not. But are you really qualified? Are you really qualified? Do you really know more than what the teachers teach you? Because teachers can only take you to the, like, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't drink from the horse. The horse has to drink. Similarly, teachers take you to a particular point, they be with you for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, they lecture, and then they go away. Afterwards, what do you people do? So that's important. So one of the reasons I would advise all of you to think about something different today for the next half an hour. And let me see whether I can educate you on a very warm welcome to dignitaries in the dais as well as different professors who are here, and also to all of you who have been here trying to take out time from your regular work and listen to what I have to say. Leadership quality of a country cannot be any different from leadership quality of an individual. The difference is the leadership spans over a period of time. India started going from 1947, we are completing 75 years of our country's independence. And we have several leaders, right from Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru to right now, Narendra Modi. But apart from these major leaders, whatever they want to do, they can. But the fact remains, without the cooperation of the general public, it might not be possible to achieve what they have been able to do. So the leadership of a country more or less mirrors the leadership of an individual. So having said that, first is a vision. Professor B.D. Patil had a vision of starting this institution. I don't know how long back, because he was a professor. I just heard he was there for 3 decades. There are hundreds of, how many people had a vision to start something like this? So vision is very, leader makes no difference, but he's got a lot of advice, advising positive. So the very important, and that is what India was able to do over a period of 25 years. Having Baba Atomic Research Center, we were having satellites, education in something. A lot of people you spend money when you don't have money to eat. But we still went in 1964 and imported a G nuclear reactor from G at the Baba Atomic Research Center. So the fact is, we were having the vision of a growth, though we didn't have the money for the same or the resources for the same. Second is inspiration. I want to be Guru and Gandhi or Mukhi. Given a choice, I'm happy having my 2 million and forget about the entire world. I can do that. But in India's case, when it started, the vision was given, but the question is inspiration. I'll tell you an example of a vision. How many people would even imagine yoga, putting yoga on the global map for care? The other yoga day by the United Nations, in almost every country under the sun, they realize the importance of yoga. So you have a vision, but you also inspired and told other countries to look at what you are looking at and adopt it. So that's the vision what India was able to do. strategic and critical thinking. For example, I want to start DGET. How do I do it? So I strategize and think critically, try to use all my resources, human as well as financial, and try to put together, try to make so many teachers look the same vision what I am looking at, but that requires a strategic and critical thinking. And from that angle, India was way ahead on many of these in the last few years. The excellent example is the way we managed the COVID pandemic. I don't say we managed no country did it excellently. Let's see, hard mark for India, given the choice, it's 1.4 billion people. 140 crore. It's a huge number. We are sitting here 170 of us right now. Just imagine 1.4 crores, all different people with different ethics and background and ability to help. And we are fighting something which we don't know. Nobody knew what the virus was. Today, people are going back and telling the vaccine was bad, we shouldn't have had it. But you needed something. So the way India strategized the entire thing, try to ensure people move to their villages so that they may be less affected. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong, but you need a solution. So they did whatever they should. They opened up huge, massive COVID hospitals. We all know what India did. But what was really heartening was vaccine to anybody. We didn't have vaccine for people. Africa. Why? Still don't realize African nations still wonder why we helped them when we couldn't help ourselves. Our issues, especially in the small villages, a lot of people didn't come out of the village. So they were not so badly affected like cities. But still, we had the vision of sending this as a strategy thinking. So if you look at it, for example, another classic example, earthquake. Turkey didn't support us at the they supported Pakistan and they did it. If you needed, India would need to do it. That's another story to start with. So what I say, your enemy or people who don't support you, that's your friendship, that's leadership, right? Now there's interpersonal communication. You have anything with you, but silently when you communicate with the world leaders, global leaders. Today with the Ukraine-Russia problem, everybody India has a solution. We don't have. It is those people who are plan the solution. But at the G20 summit with a whole lot of announcements are coming, we are all telling you please help. How can we help? But then our communication is keeping on and on. For example, none of the countries, especially America, didn't like India to buy oil from Russia. But we are and when somebody started telling a big issue of it. What is in our heart, right on the face of the individual, which we know we have to pass. We may not like what Israel does, but we never went to Israel and told them in so many words because they will antagonize our Arab neighbors. And as the professor was telling, our geopolitical situation is such, we have to hunt with the wolves as well as the hunt with the dogs. We have to do everybody, we have to take it together. Very difficult job. And most of the men in this and the crowd will understand. You have to keep both mother-in-law and wife happy. Very difficult. But we have to have the internal communication skill for that. Has developed that skill over a period of time. 5 basic principles for individuals. The country also the same. We have to believe in ourselves, and what you say should be authentic. So from that angle, India has been time and again proved that we have to do a course correction. Every time India takes a step, for example, I'll give you the agriculture. A lot of farmers were sitting outside Delhi and they were not willing to. Okay, they scrapped the laws, people moved our place, but the problem is not solved yet. See, the course correction as a leadership country, we proved that we want to take everything. Unfortunately, countries where it's a monolithic, only one country, one people. In America, it's very easy, two parties. Europe is much easier, a single country with no problem at this point. We are having thousands of languages, hundreds of religions. That's what somebody was telling. In India, you have all religions, all. And when I was working in the American conference, there was one particular person who was coming from the US. He asked me, do you have a Mormon church in Mumbai? I don't know how many people of you know Mormon church, MERMON. Mormon is a special religion in the US. Mostly they're all Jews. They're all from Salt Lake City, Utah. And there's a very different way of praying God and doing everything. So they have a Mormon church. If you go to New York or some of these places, you see massive churches. They don't belong to the normal Christian church. It's a Mormon church. So this guy wanted to find out, you have a Mormon church in Mumbai because I'm coming on a Saturday, Sunday, I have to pray. You won't believe I got the Mormon church in Worli in somebody's residence. We is the Mormon church. I was surprised that we have everything in India. So in a country like this, how do you take everybody along with all the decisions you're taking? Impossible. We are people of 4 in our family. I believe all of you, 3 or 4. We can't understand 4 of us. Forget about understanding 1.4 billion, but we made it. So that's a challenge how we have been able to grow. Now I come back to the topic, raising power, the importance. Why I call it importance is, all of us realize that our country, what is important. Because unfortunately, I don't say money is God, don't get me wrong on that. But without Nagar Narayan, nothing works. Lakshmi is important, but Saraswati is much more important. As we told today morning, Saraswati, once she comes with you, she's always with you. Lakshmi chanchal rehta, bhag jati hai. So they were with British way back in 1947 when they left India. My father used to work for the government of Britain. My father always used to say, the sun never sets on the British Empire. East to west, it was all UK. Subsequently, what happened was, from 47, they started falling down very badly to such a situation today, they're not even in Europe. And you need an Indian to manage UK affairs. Rishi Sunak. What I mean to say, how you fall in a country, people don't realize it. And last week, there was a video going viral telling that the shelves are empty. Now, we are all used to rationing. After ration is very important for us, 62 onwards. But in UK, stores are 2 fruits and 5 vegetables or something like that. It's happening. I won't show you this, don't worry. So what I mean to say, that sort of a thing, everything cuts back to the trade and commerce, which is country. Trade, if you don't are on the commercial side of it. So India, was selling manufacturers in India. The third was Standard Motors. I don't know whether anybody remembers the company in Chennai, but only Fiat and Ambassador. Today, when you opened up, there are enough vehicles. And the biggest manufacturer in the globe who founded the automobile, Ford and General Motors, both left India because they couldn't compete. What I mean to say, India has been able to prove that trade and commerce part of it is oxygen for India. And slowly but surely it is coming. Countries in the world. Okay. To do a business with some country known as Eritrea. I'm sure none of you have heard of this country. It is between South America and North America. A population of something like 5 lakh people. I remember Eritrea because when I was in the US as a part of my office training, the gentleman sitting next to me was from Eritrea. So everybody is supposed to introduce their respect. This is way back in 92, 93 and correct. So everybody was supposed to introduce their respective country, what is good, how is important for America. So So everybody started telling us, this guy is telling, I'm from very clear, we have 5 lakh people, we have great resources, our beauty of nature is something. And I used to wonder, 5 lakh people, what interest America has on this country? And we have so much. So when my turn came, I said, the number of people he told in his country, I have that many on my street. Thane's population is 1 lakh. And that country makes sense to America, not to India. But that's the reason I realized that countries are important because they are business to me or they are raw material to me. With the best of the raw material, Saudi Arabia is in real trouble. They know how to use their raw material. The worst is Nigeria. They have enough oil, but Nigeria is nowhere in the picture. Venezuela, again oil, nowhere in the picture. Afghanistan, why is so important? Why all are fighting for Afghanistan? Full of copper, full of gold. Nobody knows. Why on the right side of us is Myanmar? What is Myanmar good for? I don't know how many of you are aware, 1857, we drilled the first oil well in the entire Asia. So what I mean to say, that place which was started by the name Big Boy, oil is a big thing for us and Myanmar is full of oil. One of the reasons many countries are interested in taking over Myanmar or having relationship with Myanmar in spite of the controversy there. So having said that, all this is happening, even while the Europeans, I remember, came to India back. It's not only the British, the Spaniards came, the French, all these countries came from Europe because they wanted to have raw material and market. So purely trade, they all came as traders and then they took over us. That's another issue. Okay. So trade is very important, commerce is very important. So that's why if you international trade, because growing importance of developing nation. Today the developing nations are the market as well as the fresh mind which come because the ideas are different. You see the second and third generation Indians who are in America, they are not really growing that big because it's not that they are not proving themselves. They are having everything right from childhood. For you, the thinking is different for India. We people have to really work hard, try to understand, compete, try to come with new ideas, prove ourselves. But those steps are not there when you are a developed nation. One of the reasons Germany is very laid back, Europe is very laid back, entire Europe. Australia is laid back. They have enough time to play cricket and football, but they don't have enough time to manage their economy. It's very important that we need to understand that we need the help of every country, but trade and commerce will be the main reason why we are here. Since 2000, India became a global part of the global supply chain. I remember the case in COVID, General Motors, which is manufacturing cars, was made to make ventilators because ventilators was in short supply. And we got a call from White House telling that there is a company out in Seeps in Santa Cruz, our export promotion zone, that manufactures the motor required for ventilators. So we were surprised, we were not aware of it. We ensured that the factory was opened in Seeps was closed for COVID. But that I cannot do it unless I get the part from Germany and Switzerland, some 3 critical parts. So we had to open up the courier department of the customs at the Sahara airport. They got the stuff, they sent it to Seeps, they made the motors, they sent it to America. What I mean to say, we became part of a global supply chain, not from now, but thoroughly. For example, Pierce soap, what you are using. It is made in India, but used globally. Because Pierce is made one of the major products in Indonesia, and you use it here. So we all became part of the global supply chain on the trade and commerce. So India slowly became part of the globe, and that's the reason today I believe even Apple and others, because of the problems in China, they opened up their facility here. So whether we like it or not, India is the basis of the occasion. As I go ahead, I'll tell you more about it. The critical thing that changed for all of us is technology, bandwidth, and knowledge economy. These 3 put together has made our country a power to invest. I remember when Mukesh Ambani spoke about 6 years back when we launched Jio. Mukesh Ambani has been in the oil business. He used to bring oil, refine it, take it abroad, and all the products that come out of the refinery. But finally, oil business, he said, the next oil is data. And for that, he said, I'm going to Geo. Today, whatever we are talking, including, I believe all of you have your UPI ID, RuPay, whatever it is, all this is depending on your digital power, that is your bandwidth. If the bandwidth is available, even America has bandwidth. So why did America or other countries say, Germany is the most expensive bandwidth country? Today, Mukesh Ambani said 5 years back, I will call your phone calls free. Is it free? No. You call through your bandwidth, you're paying for the bandwidth. But he said your call is free. Which is true. You don't have to call a number and that call is free. So it's very interesting how we have changed the bandwidth technology and how the digital economy has come. We didn't work from home, learn from home, teach from home. They all became part of our regular life. The lady was selling from Kuwait. She's sitting in Kuwait and she was able to address it. Okay, we had some small bandwidth. So today, it has been a standard demand for the last one. So we have a different way, and India has an issue of bandwidth. And maybe people may say they wiped out Vodafone, a good Indian company, but the people who are using from one of the first 500 numbers I was able to get because initially 91, 92 when the cell phone started, they were only in Mumbai, nowhere else. And Vodafone was the only company. It was not Vodafone, it was known as Hutchinson. So Hutch phone, the 500 numbers I had one of the first 5 months, they told us to call from anywhere in Bombay. They were checking all these cell sites. So I used to call a lot of people. All at that time, nobody had a cell phone. So even today, many people say, your first call on the cell phone, I got it from you. Because I used to sit in a train, I used to sit everywhere. It was very unique, But today, the kids who are here, they are always bothered about where I call from. The last thing they use this is for calling people. Because the rest of the thing they use it, whether it is a toss, whether it is music they want to hear, entertainment they want to see, education what they want to do, whatever it is. And they also use it as a calling phone because when the mother calls, it's never available. So when you want to say how the entire changes has happened in trade and commerce, you should understand the Indian economy. Why I say you should understand the Indian economy, I'm sure many of your economic teachers at the same time. Who are sitting. Our economy is, whether we like it or not, used to be agrarian sector. India is an agricultural country. 50% of our population still depends on agriculture. But what is the contribution of agriculture to the economy? It's hardly 15%. So who contributes the most? It is the service sector. Today, when I look at the service sector, they contribute more than 54% of the entire economy. So if 100 rupees being generated in the economy, 54 rupees come from service sector. Now, what is the service sector? If you look at it, unbelievable. It's a massive data of what we do in the service sector. The biggest is fintech. All the financial transaction comes under stock market, insurance, your logistics service. Last but not the least, the entertainment. Everybody would like to see IPL as a game. It's no more game, it's business. We started about 8 years back or 9 years back. Today, the brand IPL is $6 billion value. Somebody wants to buy the business, it's $6 billion. It's a huge amount. No wonder everybody wants to be the chief of BCCI. I mean, the fact is, it's a very big product. And I, for one, do play the game, but still, brilliant work on trying to understand IPL piece of business. It generates huge amount of money for employment. You look at the guy need not be a PhD. He has to be a basic guy who understands English and able to understand maybe local language and able to connect people with whatever is the job given. So what is the qualification required to be an IPL worker or one of the teams, 8 teams you want to be? They're all employing nothing less than 600 people. And if you look at the hotel staff who help them. So what I meant to say is service sector actually. All our movie industry, service sector. So realizing that way back in 1990, when we started opening up, the government was also smart. They said, let us have service tax. Till that time, it used to be only income tax. Thing more tax in India. So they said service tax. So today, with GST in the picture, we collect more money than anything else. You touch anything, you pay more tax than what you were paying in 1990. Your income tax rate may be 30%, but almost everything you touch, you pay a service tax. You don't know. Earlier, that tax, the guy used to collect it from you, never used to go to the government. Today, they are under GST, even that loophole is slowly coming down. So what I mean to say, service industry is what we are in. Service side. One of the reasons you look at America, service, the service sector. Who is the manufacturing country for the world? China. Everybody would say, right from Ganpati, they make everything. I'm sorry. So that's the beauty of a service sector. It's a more of knowledge. Economy where your ability is not bad. So service sector, what India is about. But since 2000, we realized there are new areas of growth which never existed before 2000. All of us sitting here are taking cell phone for granted. But go another 10 years from now, you fit a lot of other things for granted. And which are the sectors that are coming? Obviously, solar, which is there. I was very much part of the solar industry way back in 2006 when we had a delegation from the United States coming to Ahmedabad and Rajasthan, Jaipur. They didn't go to Bombay, they didn't go to Delhi. There were about 14 companies that came to Jaipur and Ahmedabad. I used to wonder why did they come? The National Energy Renewable Limited, which is in the United States, they have a resource map for India. In solar, you don't need heat. What you need is radiation. So, India, the radiation map of India, it is between the entire patch has the maximum radiation where you will get the best solar power generation. So they went to be very interesting. I mean, we don't realize in those days, but the question, like every banker will do, on one side we had all the bankers, on the other side we had all the developers who are going to put up money in the solar business. So the bankers said, okay, you put 20 rupees, 20% of the investment, I will put 80%. And you say it will work for 25 years, it will only cleaning. But my bank loan is affected. So, convincing the bankers, yes, this is the proposition. And today, I believe many of you, I don't know where it's solar or it is thermal power, hydropower, you don't know because it's all come together as a single power. But really, many of the power used come from solar, wind, and other sources, renewable energy, because India has a commitment for renewable energy. So having said that, that's a good business, electric vehicle, e-commerce, data center, organized retailing. We never had such a big fight in the retail business. And last but not the least, gaming, space technology, drones. I can keep on going. These are some of the new areas that has developed. So this particular ability of getting into many, and all this doesn't require a very high education. Your interest in the topic. I don't know how many people were when Osama bin Laden was hit. Who has been tracking him? People sitting in Washington and Texas. They try to, they're all young kids who are 30, 25. They play games. So they know how to control a drone in Pakistan, sitting in Texas. And that's the way they track everything. So Kharkin is not even educated. He's very good in his game. He knows how to exactly corner or try to make the camera open up go toward, I believe how many of you must have seen in that Uri cinema that came, drones. And those people are not educated. They are good at what they are doing. So please, your education is important. I'm not telling it's not important. Your degree is very, very important. But try to take one interest in one area. Luckily, your college is such which is making you listen to all this. Because these are opening you may not be able to get elsewhere. For me, my personal last 50 years, this is the stock market. I'm seriously telling you, I'm retired. I don't have any issue. I'm making enough money. I don't want any more money. Tell the truth. So people will wonder how you. I mean, so many people ask me, you come and join as a director. That the question is not director. It's question of the compliance. You get a director identification number. That is everything that goes through. So yes, try to understand. Look at this new age economy as a job. Don't look at banks. Don't look at insurance companies. Don't take your bag and start selling insurance and mutual funds. Treat the thing differently. So India is opening up on so many fronts. So you try to think, and that's the way India is slowly maybe into a different country. Last is digitization. Thanks to Aadhaar, it takes 3 days for you to, or 5 days to renew your passport, which used to take about 2-3 months or 5 months. We are a long way in our digitization. Two of them, obviously, Aadhaar helped a lot. And secondly, the Jana Dhan Yojana, which is government. How many people in villages have ever seen a bank? Forget about bank account. They don't understand anything. How many people in Mumbai itself? The bank has nowadays, how many people go to bank? How many checks you have credit in the last 1 year? So what I mean to say, the Jana Dhan Yojana, you are trying to get the public from no banking experience to have an account and also withdraw money. It's a huge thing for a rural public. But it has happened. We have something like 480 beneficiary accounts with 189 billion rupees. It's not free, but many of the money are just given so that people understand how to make money. Very interesting. I mean, a lot of people may have reasons for saying something bad about it. The fund 100 rupees you give for any of this, by the time it reaches the poor man, it used to be only 20 rupees. 80 rupees to be the seatage. Today, the 100 rupees goes from the government account directly to his account. Uske baad seatage hoga, the government is not responsible. You have to understand how to manage your money. Many of us have not been told. So, basically, go for the next one. So, basically, I will throw some of the basic ideas how India is slowly rising as global power. This happened over a period of last 30-40 years. First of all, we are actively pursuing our permanent seat in the United Nations. Not many countries are happy. Even in a family, a group of 5 brothers, one brother has become very successful. Others don't like it. It's fact of life, human life. The same thing country wants to become big, where 1.4 we are the largest populated permanency. So we demand it and we should get it. Second is we have a strategic petroleum reserve. How many of you have heard this topic? Strategic petroleum reserve. It's in Karwar. We have gone through buying oil. Strategic reserve we have developed as force of the world. We have GPS, global positioning system, but we have a GPS which is known as a GPS aided geo augmented navigation. Ganga. So again, these are things which only few countries have. Obviously, India was the first one to throw up a satellite in a big time after Russia and America. So we have a Mars mission, Mangalyaan, which we are the only one to do in the entire Asia. Even China don't have a thing in Mars. They are planning now. Last but not the least, we are also a global computing, robotics, and these are big areas where not the least are people who are being part of India, given prime position way back 20 years back, starting with Satya Nadella and Microsoft. Almost all the private sector companies have realized how big Indians can be when it comes to putting things in order. It's a very difficult thing for many corporations to run. Finally, countries have started doing it. We saw Rishi Sunak. The other one is, I don't know how many you have heard of Leo Varadkar is the Prime Minister of Ireland. The second time he became a Prime Minister. So basically, these people who are Indian diaspora all across the globe, they have been able to push the Indian story. Surely, though they are really able to make difference in their own countries, but they've all been identified as from India. So that gives you a very big. I don't want to take a lot of time. The last thing is there are a few areas where we really grow big. The biggest in the last 5 years have been the fintech area. Our being UPI Pay. Today, when I go to the banker, he says, I'm not about people coming and going autobandi, but the E is 25 rupees could be 15 rupees could be all UPI. So the so that issue the number of transactions where India is number one. Telecom, obviously the cheaper telecom the way we have. The other areas where India is planning to grow big, which the Prime Minister already spoken in, hydrogen power. Hydrogen power is something very big. It may replace your vehicle fuel. So, but it's very dangerous because it's a lot of power, really speaking. So, how to make green hydrogen and make it in your vehicle? That's the challenge. EV, medicine, and alternate power, alternate energy resources. So, when you put all these two things together, you start wondering. The world has slowly realized where India is. World has taken us seriously where India is. And G20, one slide on, you can just put it. This is a soft power. India always had a, never ever we have taken or we have attacked any other country. Till date. The fact is, we don't want more problems. They already are enough. But the question is, this sort of leadership we provide to the world shows that we are still, if you see the fourth part of it, theme of our presidency, world is one. And we have been telling this for a very long time. We don't have to get somebody else to tell us what is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We know it. And today the world is talking the same language. So finally, the world is agreeing to what we say. And we not only say, but we practice. That's what is very important. So if you look at it, I don't know how many people have realized what is G20. So that is what is the first, there are 19 countries and EU is taken as one country. So really speaking, there are 20 countries in that. 85% of the global GDP and 75% of the global population. So what is decided in the G20 is very significant for the global growth, and we are the leaders in that this particular year. And when you go through the G20 program for the entire year, you will be surprised. Traditionally, I'm not trying to be a BJP or against BJP, don't get me wrong. Fact is, everything was concentrated in Delhi. What's so big about Delhi? Any event, anything that happening. Today, it's happening all across India. I remember when the Chinese premier came, the thing was posted in Mahabalipuram. I mean, I was wondering why Mahabalipuram all the way in south of India. But the fact is, you have to showcase India. If the government doesn't showcase, who else? Right? So that's how, for example, the defense. They took it to Goa. Now it is in. So India is changing, and these are the different facets of India's changing global power. I feel India will be a big power in the next decade to come. Okay. Thank you very much, and really thanks for.
The session was very insightful and relevant to our main theme, India as a global rising power. The topics covered were listening to you, Srinivasan sir.
Yes, you can start, sir.
I can't hear. I can't share. Please enable me to share my PPT. Okay. Can I just start?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Good. Maybe I think in India still morning. I guess so. Now in Malaysia it's already afternoon, about 2:10 now. All right. Good afternoon or good morning, in India. So that actually I'm sharing this topic is actually not that previous two keynote speaker talking about something very serious, very academic. But for me, I'm going to talk about something like maybe everybody is daily life they are using that. So that the topic is actually related to laughter. So the laughter is actually we actually recently published a book on this. So because we are looking at a lot of research and all that, that's why we say by research exploration lah. Yeah. So this is the background is actually the book. So actually anybody interested to get further about this book, please, you can find it. There's ISBN there. They're published by the Academic. So in India, not in Malaysia, so that easy for you to get the book. Yeah. All right. The topic is actually I only extract one of the maybe I can say that is one of the chapter. The chapter is actually laughter as a social interactions component, which is well established by research. So that a lot of research, so whatever I present today is actually basically from the research finding. So it's not what I say, but it's actually, so you actually want to read more, you actually can get a book and then you can read that. Yeah. All right. I just go on straight away. And you talk about laughter, and in common is actually everybody know that laughter is there. Everybody know. So that let's say example is an actually expression of joy, means when you feel good, when you feel happiness or amusements, that actually that's why it's become a laughter. All right, so it's very simple. So it's typically occurred in the informal social situation. Most of the time it's informal. When you talk about formal, people don't laugh so much. But today it's actually something different. A lot of people say conference is very formal, but I make it maybe it's a little bit informal. But for me, usually the presence of the close friend, maybe the sibling, the caregiver, or even the intimate, that's why people laugh a lot. So in this conference is something different, when maybe you talk about, social kind of things like instead of very formal kind of presentation. Yeah. So again, you talk about, as we have seen, humorous interactions between people take a wide varieties of forms. So main it has been talking about, research have been found that actually when, we talk about, let's say laughter, humorous, and so how actually people interact, because they have been did a study in terms of maybe animal, how they play around. You can see the cat, the dog, they always play around. Then they bite each other and all that. They play and then humorous. Yeah. So these are the things. So when people engage in this sort of humorous exchange in their everyday life, so they often have some perhaps the unconsciously purpose and their social goal beyond merely providing amusements and also entertainment. So that I joke with you means maybe some laughter means like some entertainment for the people who listen to that. So that it's actually beyond, above the social interaction. So it's quite. So if two person good friend, they always joke with each other, and then you see the tie between the friend is very, very good, yeah, in terms of that. And other than that, even when telling a joke or saying funny things to make others laugh, people also often have an underlying the goal of impressing others in other wittiness and also gaining attention, prestige, and also approval. So that when I tell a joke to you, actually I want to get your attention. That's one of the goal. Or maybe you see that the prestige, maybe one of the person you talk to the other guy, then they create a lot of joke. So they thought that they are more higher level prestige compared to the maybe the next person to it or their friend to it. And also when the person talk to the A talk to B, and then B maybe say, yeah, it's true. So they both of them laugh. So this is actually getting approval as well. So laughter is actually interact human beings so much. Yeah. Other than that, you talk about social interaction, and for your information, research have been done that they say human from about 4 months of the age, his laughter is a ubiquitous in the social interaction. So you see the baby. When the baby with the mom, when the baby laugh, the mom also the heart, how angry the mom is actually melted. So that is actually what the baby interact with the mom. Yeah, interaction is quite fantastic one. So the strengthen of the bond between the infants and the caregiver, and elicit the encouragement, a social interaction that support the infant learning and survival. That's why born baby, they always interact with the mom. The mom is like, you can see that whoever the mom here today, actually they can feel it actually so much, the bond, you always like to see the baby laugh with you instead of the baby crying to you. Definitely. So that the bond, the interaction. So they also want to learn something. They want to get survive. So these are the things that actually very, very important. So research have been reported that, and you can see it. So you can see that actually from this video clip itself, actually the bond between the mom and the baby is so close. And then of course, how angry the mom when you look at the baby laugh and laugh like that. And during the sleeping also they can even laugh. The mom is actually the happiest day for the mom. Whoever got it, I think. So it's actually part of social interaction between the mom and the baby. So it's part of that actually. So as the children develop, when they grow and they laugh during the social play and also respond to humor and then surprising events, always in the context of real and imagined social others. So for you understand if the baby or if the kids are growing and all that. So they have always like to find friends to play around. Why they want to play around? They want to have laugh. And then even though sometimes, look at the kids at the imagination, they play something, then they laugh themselves. So it's not the real, but it's under the imagination. So kids, you know that sometimes you just give them one thing, then they actually can imagine the things, and then they can actually play, and then actually they have good laugh. So can you imagine that when a mom see the kids like that, and then we all say that the heart of the mom is actually melt. It's like, you know, interact. So people continue to laugh when they the baby, and then after the growing kids and all that, they keep on laughing. It's throughout and they seek out to people to make them laugh, and for the rest of the life. I think this is for sure. So the researcher found that it's actually human is not laugh when they are younger, even the seniors also, but they laugh a little bit less. so in some analysis, laughter account that the 10% of the adult about 10%, and so not so much. Vocalization during the natural conversation, so that when you converse or you talk to people, is actually about adult is only about 10%. So, but the kids actually laugh more. Yeah. So can you see that there is also, so although laughter unsurprisingly occur when the people feel amusement and then respond to the humors, and then more often than it is not only occur in the apparently not humorous social context. Sometimes it's not social context, but they still laugh, you know, the other things there. So accompanied by diverse internal, maybe states such of embarrassment. Yeah, people say embarrassment is, you cannot be you getting angry, but say, then you say, yeah, it's true. So they laugh themselves. And then even during anxiety, I mean, there are people when you're under the stressful and all that, so they make it, you know, laughter is one of the things to overcome this anxiety. And also the feeling of laughter at you. When people laugh at you, you are the subject for laughing. And then people say, when you look back and think back, it's actually, yeah, it's true. Why am I so stupid? So that there are people doing that as well. So that is the other multi way. So the purpose of laughter is actually three main categories. Yeah, actually affiliation, and number two is the de-escalation, and also number three is actually power. So the researchers have been done that they found that these are the things like three. Affiliation laugh means like affiliation is often the most commonly available as is compass laugh as one that expressions of needs and also the social bonding tool, and is a signal of cooperation. So that when your friend talk to you, yeah, it's true. That is something like you actually affiliate to your friend. If you don't laugh, they are laughing, you don't laugh, then people say you are actually not affiliated with them. And also researchers have been expressed that the laughter is a sign of social acceptance and also develop cooperation among individuals. So definitely. So when I say a laugh or sign of social accept means like, yeah, I agree with you. This guy is so funny and all that. You talk about Mr. T or whatever, you know, all the funny guys and all that. So they develop cooperation so that the friendship between friends is become better. Yeah, it's always that they talk about. So in other words, when someone laughs with another person, is signs of social affiliation. So that you actually affiliate with them. All right. So don't against them. Then people laugh, then you make it angry also. So this affiliation laugh is actually another associate with the Lilith theory that when an individual laugh, they are actually releasing discomfort. I mean, when you laugh, if you not comfort, you actually laugh it out. So actually, it's actually this escalation means like you actually want to leave. So that is you study in psychology or whatever sociology, they talk about relief theory, so that you can further find out. So this type of laughter is also served as an attempt, the signals of others that whatever situation in the causing the discomfort is a trivia to a person who is laughing. So that when you say not feeling, when people laugh at you and all that, actually when you laugh, then actually everything becomes very mild. Yeah, you don't feel like I'm discomfort because this person is actually trying to put me down. All right. So this laughter is this accelerate the stress and also that situation disagreement, and then make other people involved in a more comfortable. So that when you do like that, that means you actually remove the stress. So you actually escalated the stress. That means you become better. You've become when you laugh. Yeah. So number 3, when you talk about power, means that this laughter is the sign, the signal of power in most of the closely associated with the other superiority theory. The theory is actually superiority theory, means that people talk about when I become better than you. So I laugh at you. Yeah, you cannot answer this question. How come? So that means the person who laughs at you is actually the superiority theory talk about that. So they think that they are better than you, like that. So superiority theory is that evidence also suggests that the people in more formal position or power tend to laugh more than the less powerful counterpart. So that this is another study they show that this is quite new, 2020. So that they found that is the one that they found. So in terms of the social laughter theory, there are a few theories. They talk about socials and ethologies. Theories have been shaped, view laughter as the marker of the group membership and sorority. Means like you laugh together, means like you are member of that group. Okay, and also the exclusions, and then those are the butt of the joke. Meaning exclusion means like people, 10 of them are laughing, and then you are the one don't laugh. I mean, you are not actually in the group. It's a means like maintaining the social control and group cohesion. Cohesiveness means like they actually bound together. So the bonding is much better. So people talk about that as well. Social is very important as well. So anthropologists have been described as joking relationship is very traditional society, and this refers to literally teaching between the specific kind of the which a receiver is required to take no offense. It means like as a good friend, I actually teach you, then you don't take to the so serious, and then you still happy because you know that your friend is actually not going to put you down. So it's actually joking relationship. They joke each other. So don't take it so serious about become anxiety. So this is social theory. So joking is the the act in that level hierarchy and represent the time in the intimacy over formality and unofficial value of any official one. So that joking is always you joke with people and then laugh and laugh and laugh. So that is unofficial. Yeah, it's always. And then also you talk about laughter is also social form of communication. You talk about theory, you talk about laughter is actually communicate. So if you don't know the next person to you or something like that, so it's actually when you start laughing at them or smiling with them, and then it's actually you start the communication link with the next person. So while individuals do laugh themselves, humans are 30 times more likely to laugh in the presence of others as well. So this people did the study as well. And then assisting research that differentiate the authentic laugh and also inauthentic laugh. So they actually differentiate between these two. It's actually I think recent term maybe they don't use authentic, and so they use maybe real. Yeah, so the authentic laugh is the involuntary reaction to the stimuli. They see the joke. Where else the inauthentic laugh is the faking laugh. People say like I think in India is very popular in terms of laughter yoga. Laughter yoga is actually the deliberate in one, means like people create something so that you laugh because the brain cannot differentiate whether it's a real one, it's a fake one. So it's still laugh, but it's still good. So that a lot of people doing that. So in other cases, laughter is a signal of other about our effect, means like affecting others. When you laugh, and slowly other people will laugh as well. So the bonding functions of the laughter is very, very important, especially mom and baby. So research support that these bonding functions of the laughter. One of the previous study conducted 204 pairs of friends and strangers while they play games and also watch movies together. So that 2010, this group of researchers that did on that 200 over people. So that one group is actually friend and friend. One group is friend and maybe one person with a stranger. So they go and play games and then also watch movie. So it was found that a member with a friend pair exhibited more laugh. So maybe one pair, those are good friends, they actually laugh more. And then the member who's stranger pair with the stranger, you don't really want to know the person yet, but yeah, that's why I think it's true. It's like whenever you do activity, whenever you're watching a movie, even though whatever kind of movie, they laugh. When with the strangers, you laugh less. So here again, you talk about bonding. Yeah, bonding with the friends. So other than that, the researcher conclude that there are positive experiences in social setting where more related to people's experiences and people laughter that the funniest of the event means like again you talk about relationship between friends. So that actually when I talk something, I joke something, that actually you automatically laugh like that. It's actually the bonding. Yeah. And also the previous research also noted that the observation of 1020 episodes of the laughter at best expresses by the people interacting in the public places, and then most laughter occurs during routine of comments rather than the response to the joke telling. That this means like provide further evidence of the bonding function. Means like they was recording the episodes of people talking and all that, so that when A talk about some joke or something, so when the next person or next group of people that are actually supporting him, or let's say, yeah, they also laugh and all that, yeah, it's true like that, and then suddenly it become a bonding functions of the laughter, definitely. Yeah, and also you talk about functions of laughter as a content, acoustic aberrations, would they capture, would they sustain the attention on locals, and also will occur with other perceptually salient and also arousing members, humans and non-human affective vocalizations. It means like each individual, when you laugh, there's a sound. So the sound acoustic is actually can get more attention to people. So these are the things that we're trying to discuss about. So other than that, in laughter together, people emphasize that the social bonding again, even by the stranger as well. So that you can see that there are many illicit laughter from the onlookers. So someone, they say you are your friend and then talk and each other, you laugh each other, and then suddenly people bypass, just people who bypass your area or something like that, so that they also get draw into the play the attention or the session, so they can even spread the categories between the social group, so they can say, wow, they are so funny and all that, so that they also into the laugh in social bonding as well. So other than that, you talk about social signals, adaptive and promote success, or even both sender and receiver, when they are clear, distinct, and they links and predictable outcome in the given social context. So that sometimes due to that, when I say something, if I'm a good friend, so people, the receiver can understand, they actually, yeah, they will laugh together as well. So if not, these are the things. So social bonding and then social function is so important. Yeah. And in other words, there should be a strong correlation between the particular non-verbal expressions and then behavior intentions imply, and then it's also affect the recipients, and then will apply the logic in the different type of laughter. So actually, non-verbal sometimes when you talk about some joke or something like that, so that the recipient also maybe they give some signals or something, so everybody laugh. All this they are talking about the functions of the laughter as well. As reported, reward laughter to be rewarding for a producer, media who telling the joke or laugh, and then also the recipient. Normally, the award will come both sides. Okay, both. So producing laughter is inherently enjoyable. It means like the person who tell joke or laugh, they actually enjoy. And then also, and the down regret negative emotion, so that they, whoever telling the joke, actually, they will actually suppress the negative emotion. So they are not talking about those negative emotion. They are talking about positive. So laughing actually trigger the release of opioid, and then also the brain, and then producing direct evidence of rewarding volume. As I mean, when you secrete the endorphins and all that into the brain, actually people become better. So also, listening to the laughter of the others, particularly when it was voice, is also rewarding. So that why so many people talking about talking about when you listen to someone joke and all that, and then people get laugh and all that. So that they may be because of the perceivers engage with the sensory stimulus and then partly recreate the state of laughter in themselves. So these are the things, and other than functions, share laughter. Share laughter means like the one that most effective tool, the keeping relationship between fresh and existing. And then also all emotional share build strong and also lasting relationship bonds. So yeah, you can see that this will be the, when you talk about people love. So the relationship between okay, these are the, so other than that, the mutual functions, laughter is actually play are the essentials one. So they probably, when you play some, joke and then laughter and all that, the people get a component of strong and healthy relationship as well. By making a conscious effort in the incorporate the humors and play into the daily interaction. So that this is also very powerful. So anything that you talk actually embedded some joke. So you can see that. These are the in terms of even people handshake, actually have been make people like actually feel good. Yeah, yeah. So it's actually understand between the receiver and all that. Yeah. Okay, I think in summary, the social play laughter can be used and communicate a varieties of messages and also achieve any numbers of social goal, means like what you want. And then individual maybe have any particular time, some would maybe congenious or the pro-socials with the other, may we have aggressive or even the coercive. So that this, you can see that actually, again, laughter actually make people feel good. Yeah. Yeah. So due to the time, so that at the end, the laughter is a fundamental vocational positive emotion, definitely. And then also such more laughter in your daily life is very important. So that I hope that before end, I think just want to, if you understand, so if you know me, so that stress reliever. So a doctor then to his lady patient, you look very terribly weak and exhausted. Are you having your meal 3 times a day as I have advised? So this patient actually go and see the doctor. Doctor advise her like that, taking at least 3 times a day the meal. But he misunderstood that. So the lady replied to the doctor, I thought you said 3 meals a day. So that actually these are the things, the mistake of the meal and meal. So at the end, it not become better. So with that, I would like to say thank you very much for the organizer to invite me to give this talk. Thank you. I hand it over to the organizer. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, for such an insightful and giggly session, where you all might be wondering that. Thank you for the giggly session, sir. You enjoyed it. You all must be thinking that it's a little off track with our title. No, it isn't. I will. Relax our stress levels. So in healthy, progress personally and professionally and make India a superpower globally. Do I make sense? So now I request my colleague Assistant Professor Padma Patil Madam to kindly come over and pose a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Shubha ma'am. Good afternoon all. I Assistant Professor Padma Patil, the Research Cell member. It is a great honor and a privilege to propose the vote of thanks on the occasion of International Conference 2022-23. Would like to express my gratitude to all esteemed delegates of the International Conference of their presence and the contribution to make this conference a great success. I extend my gratitude to our honorable founder, and also thanks to our degree college directors. To the director and Mr. Amit Bore, sir, conference. And the foremost, I thanks Dr. Lim Bul from Malaysia, Dr. Sujan D'Souza from Kuwait, and also express my heartfelt thanks to the Mr. Srinivasan sir for the word for encouragement and the guidance. Thank you, sir. My heartfelt thanks to our conference committee, Editor-in-Chief International Research Journal, Dr. Balwant Singh sir, Chief Operating Officer of DGET, Dr. Vandana Sharma ma'am, and thanks to the Principal of DGET College of Education, Dr. Swapna Khairnar ma'am. I sincerely thanks to our Principal, Dr. Bhavika Karkera ma'am, for unsigning support and encouragement to the all participants, to the all staff for participating in international conference. My heartfelt thanks to the head of all various departments and the faculty for the valuable contribution, guidance, and encouragement in all our efforts. I am especially grateful to the non-teaching staff who have worked hard to ensure that this conference become memorable success. I thanks to all distinguished invites present here and accepting our invitations. Thanks to all members of the media that in interest of covering the all events and the good hard work behind the screen. Last but the not least, I thanks to participants who have joined online offline mode for the international conference for making this conference resound success. I thanks to our well-wishers. Once again, I thank you all for participation. Thank you. After that, we will start the three sections. We are dividing into two parts. First, that is participants of the education section. Kindly report and submit your pen drive to the technical staff in computer lab, that is 4th floor of same building, for your PPT presentation. And remaining, that is all participants of the service and business section, kindly submit your pen drive to technical staff in the same place, that is auditorium, in next 10 minutes. Thank you so much.
एक मिनट सर